you have to treat every single person like a celebrity. Every single person that walks through your door is a VIP. I think that people don't feel important enough, and that's when they fall off and they don't become a part of a community and they don't feel passionate about it. They walk in, they're on the treadmill, they're motivated for X amount of time, and then they fall off. And that's where these boutique gyms are winning, because they're FaceTime with each person. They're greeted at the door. They know their names. You got to know, like how to look someone in the eye and check on them throughout the class. It's the interaction, making them feel like they're a part of this tribe in this community.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Fitness Founders Podcast. I'm Kevin Mannion, VP Marketing here at Glofox. This week we talked to Colette Lee Morales, a fitness instructor and the co-founder of the New York Fit Fest. In this episode, we talk about why she founded a fitness festival open to all levels, the secret to selling sponsorships to big brands, and how she creates classes that supercharge engagement and retention. Let's kick off. Colette Lee, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here with you.
Great to have you here. So Colette, just tell me a little bit about yourself and your event, NY Fit Fest.
Okay, so my name is Colette. I live in Long Beach with my partner and my little dog. Very fortunate to wake up every day to the ocean, such a magical healing place for me. I am an event planner, an event producer, and I co-own the New York Fit Fest, which is a fitness festival here on the beach in Long Beach. And we incorporate we try to, at least every facet of fitness and the highest variety of all fitness outlets for everybody, for each and every person.
Okay, and before we dig into how you got it started, tell us a little bit about the day. How does it work? What can people do or see? Why do people go?
The festival is something that we created because we truthfully feel and believe wholeheartedly that this is something that everybody can experience. And I'm extremely passionate about making it known that the festival was created for everybody and not just the elite athletes in the world. Just an overview of what the event looks like. It's just a really fun day with a lot of energy and a lot of great positive people coming together to just share the joy of moving your body and being happy. And what separates us from everything else, every other conference, every other fitness gathering, is that we do everything in the sand. And it's about 4 to 5 different things you can choose from throughout the day to do. So every hour you take a look at the schedule and you can pick, I want to do Taekwondo or I want to do a pole dancing lesson. So pole dancing fitness is very popular, by the way. And, it's just every hour on the hour, we've got a couple different things that people get to pick and just do a little sample, 30 minutes of something maybe they've never tried before that they can possibly fall in love with. And that's what I'm going for, is to just get everyone to try something once and maybe it become their new hobby, passion, make some great friends and just live life a little bit more,
Nice. And is there festivals like this running, everywhere in the US on every beach, or do you think this is a new and different thing?
This for sure, I can tell you in all my research, when I first started this, we couldn't really find a lot of festivals. Essentially, they're always usually in the monster, and the most amazing yoga festival is up, the Wanderlust Festival, which they're just killing it. They're amazing. And they focus in that one certain demographic and they do these beautiful events. For the most part, I don't foresee, and I don't see still anybody doing everything like this on the beach. And that's our landscape. And that's what separates us from everybody. All these other people that are doing great, fabulous things in parks and buildings and conference centers and stuff. I think that's what holds us from a lot of the other events that you do see and the diversity that we offer.
Got it. And where do you get the diversity from? How have you managed to pull together the trainers for the day?
This is really cool because I was one day driving in my car and I love this world so much. And I know that for myself, fitness saved my life. And I believe that it can really truthfully help a lot of people in the world. I was driving in my car and I thought, wow, would it be really cool to do classes in the beach and just do like a fun day of a couple different things throughout the day. And it just evolved into this. And it was really truthfully just a vision and a dream And I could be a perfect example for everyone to know that there's that saying, you can dream it, you can do it. It's really true, because with the amount of focus and dedication that you put into it, you really can create these visions in your mind into something. They can become your reality. And then now you take that vision, you link up with people that are sharing the same vision and passion. And that's my partner, Ingrid. Her and I came together and we worked really diligently, and we would basically, hi, like, how are you? I know that you teach Pilates and I would love for you to be a part of this. And we had literally $0, honestly, and a passion project for sure. So we would just approach people and say, like, hey, give us a chance. And then these become the people that you hold so close to you, and they're so loyal and they believed in you from the beginning. And we're growing them, and we keep growing with them as a family, because frankly, we couldn't even offer them anything. So it's just putting it out there, and you never know until you try. So, you'd be surprised at how many people want to be a part of something bigger and something so cool. And they'll do it for you. And that's how you get started. Just, it's worth a shot to ask, and just put it out there for people.
Yeah. And maybe paint a picture. When was your first event, and tell us a bit about what it was like for the first year?
The first year, we took a huge gamble. We were working with this other company that they do a CrossFit competition here in Long Beach, and they're strictly just CrossFit, right? So they had their event the day before, and they have massive following. And we took their rain date and we used all their equipment we rented from them. But very fortunate that the weather held out and we were able to have our event the next day. And it was magical, and it was its first year. And I'm so lucky that it didn't rain, because it would have been a little bit of a mess. But, we took a chance.
Yeah.
It worked out, and we were able to do the best that we could do. And like anything in your life, right, you're just going to learn from everything, and you just know what to do in your life, what not to do, how to get better, how to tighten things up. And we're still learning. It's a very small team, working on this. My partner Ingrid and I, for the most part, we run everything together. And towards the end, we have our volunteers that come on, and we're so lucky to have them. But we really try to learn from everything that we've done and what we can do better. And the first year was such a magical feeling. It was a lot of emotion involved, because there was so much heart behind it. And so many people were so excited to just be a part of something so different. And in order, I think, in our life now to stand above the rest, because so many people are doing so many epic things all the time. I mean, people are just killing it and just doing the coolest stuff. And you just got to do something a little bit different and just constantly raise the bar, raise your standards. And you have to really dive into it and sink your teeth into something. And every day work on it. Like every day, think about it every day. How can I make this better and still maintain your own life and your own sanity? But really, frankly, just it's what you put out in this world is what you're going to get back. So I know from the first year until now.
When was the first year?
2017.
Okay, so this is number three this year. How big are you now versus when you started out?
It's crazy. It's so cool, because the first year, I mean, people were like, come to FitFest. And they're like, what is that? We had nothing to show them, right? We had nothing to show people. We're just like, we promise it's going to be cool, but we had nothing to market the event. So there's your problem, right? You're like,
yeah,
believe in me, but you don't want to, get into a fire festival situation where you show something that's not real. So we had to just keep showing our people and our team that was behind us. Like, Becca Pace is going to be there, and she works for the Daily Burn, and she's incredible. And we're so lucky to have her, and she's going to be teaching body art. So just come and check it out. You could say that to your blue in the face, but people need to actually get inspired. And that's why social media and your video and your editing is so important, because that's what's going to drive people and make them get excited to see something, not a photo. They want to see people jumping up and down in the sand and having the most amazing time. So that's a huge part of anybody that's trying to grow a business that wants to make it amazing. You've got to actually have the proof. And the spending the money on the places that are important is something I learned with my partner. She was very adamant about us having the best people behind us to show and video, not cutting corners in those areas, because that's your everything. And your social media is everything. And we're still working on that,
Now, one thing that you seem to have done very well for an event that's only a couple of years old is get a good bunch of sponsors together. So tell us how you did that, and were those skills that you already had, or was it something that you learned on the job?
It's always a learning process, right? Like every single day we're learning and we're growing about how to get people to believe in us and get on board with us. Now it's become a lot easier because a lot of brands are like, I want to be in the mix of all these awesome people. In the beginning, we were fortunate enough to pitch it to BMW National, and they were on board. And again, it's there they take a gamble on us and vice versa. But we do everything in our power to make them happy. So when you're in a business and you want people to partner with you, you've got to make it worth their while. You've got to deliver to them. So in the beginning, it's like, do you want to sponsor with us? Do you want to partner with us? We're a fitness festival, and they say yes. You sure as hell better be ready to give them what they pay for. So it's like, you can't say to them, just put your name on it and then walk away. You've got to give them, it's got to come full circle. You've got to give them material and photos and videos and show their name. And again, I go back to that social media. It's all about exposure. So how can we expose this brand as much as we can possibly to make it worth their time? What's the visibility going to be for them? What's it going to be for them to say, you know what, I want to go back to that because I got something from it. So everything, again, with sponsorships is what you give them in return. So in the beginning, they took a gamble on us, and we would say, here's our pitch, and this is what we'll give you. Now we have brands approaching us. So they'll say to us, we now want to be a part of that. So we get emails constantly of people seeing what we're doing. We see what you're doing, and we want to be a part of that. That's how the ball starts to roll, is by people seeing what you've done. And it goes back to that whole, like I said, it's the way you market yourself through your videos and your photos, not just word of mouth, you know?
Yeah, and in the very early days, what was it that got you in the door in those places? Because you've obviously learned a lot, you've built the brand. What do you do when you've got nothing to really show for yourself? How did you open those doors?
Well, for me, in starting back in 2005, my journey is very different from a lot of people's because I am really, really passionate about philanthropy and charity work. And I don't do it ever for money. It comes from a really genuinely deep place in my heart that I feel I was put on this earth to do. So money never really was my driving force of anything that I do, which sounds totally crazy. Most people don't really understand that. But I do know that I feel, and I know that what I've put out in the universe has come back to me full circle. And that's truthfully the way that I teach my classes too. And I tell them what we put out in the world and all of those things are what's going to come back full circle, giving your best, caring for others. And when I started doing the philanthropy and doing my charity work back in the day, I mean, I've done everything with zero budget. You just have to work your ass off, and you've got to just do it from a good place. You just work on things and you build things, and people always come. And I know that everybody always wants to be a part of things. Everybody wants to be involved in a breast cancer event, and they want to come and cycle for a cause, and they want to go to a really cool fashion show that's going to raise money for a great cause. It's just they need someone to put it out there for them. And you'd be really surprised at how many people will snap their fingers and be there for you, just if you ask. And so that's how my journey's been. It's just been doing. I just do. I don't think too much about finances. I just keep going and doing and diligently working to just build my community.
That's very interesting. And in what ways does this event, say, work with the community, or how have you managed to integrate some of that into the current event?
I never expected what's happened. What's happened from putting together something like this in the community, it's not only becoming like a really big part of the city that we live in. We live in a really cool, tight-knit city, which is, Long Beach, New York.
Yeah.
It's surfers. It's very recreational. It's very active. So they love this stuff here. They love to have something to look forward to. And in the community, you're seeing people that are from this outlet in fitness and then linking up with another brand. And then they're coming together. Our friends own a supplement company, Power Core Strength, right? And they met people at the festival. and then they're networking, they're becoming friends. I'm seeing people that have become best friends from these things. I'm seeing brands working together, creating the most amazing things. And I'm so excited about that. I love the camaraderie and I love this sense of network and just all positive things come from it, because you got to think about the grand scheme of it. What exactly is it that you're doing? You're bringing people together and letting them see that this is not, you don't need to be shredded with a six pack to be an athlete. You know, you got to believe it that you're an athlete. And you're like, you know what? Throw them a shirt that says athlete on it. There's someone that maybe never worked out a day in their life. Like, we just changed their life. You know, like they're feeling great. They're making friends. People have never tried yoga and now they're going to yoga 3-4 days a week. It's just the coolest thing to me. It's just getting them to do something that they've never done, and now they're friends and they're part of a community, which, again, back to what you're saying, is people want to be a part of something. They don't want to walk into a fitness center and be a scanned number. They want to be involved and they want to feel like they're a part of a tribe. And that's where a lot of the gyms can start to separate themselves from the others. They can just, hi, how are you? Or they can create events within their center that bring people together, that create a sense of community and make people feel special.
I spotted you on your social media that you do, I think, motivational speaking nights and events throughout the year. Do you want to tell us, you know, what kind of events you run and how they help the overall main event?
So the events that we do throughout the year are, for exposure for our brand. We want to keep putting ourselves in your face, whether you like it or not. Yeah. We're just going to keep ourselves in the front lines because the festival is one day. So how are we going to build a brand? How are we going to keep ourselves popular? How are we going to keep people excited about us? It's doing these mini pop-ups, right? So we'll say a month ago, we created an event called Spring into Positivity. And it was just a really cute night that we threw together with a couple of our ambassadors. Our ambassadors are people that work with us. So if you own a gym or you own a fitness center, they're going to be your coaches, your trainers, whatever. Mm-hmm. So my recommendation would be to create this little small mini event and a couple of them throughout the year to keep your tribe together, to grow your community. And they love it. Everybody wants to come, and they learned about, you know, proper form in your training and how to keep yourself motivated. And we were lucky enough to have one of our ambassadors lead them through this beautiful journey dance, and it broke people open from like the inside out. They were at the end crying and everyone was, you know, just hugging, and it was just really beautiful. And that's my point. Again, I always circle back to that for people that are owning their own boutique fitness centers and stuff. Like, keep yourself not just where people come and work out. Make sure that you involve your members and do really great things with them. That's going to make them feel like they're a part of their fitness family. That's what's going to make them feel loved and important and in the community. So important to do that.
It sounds to me, specifically on the event, that the secret, the art to creating a successful event is finding ways for people to come together who want to meet each other and who benefit from just solely meeting each other, so that you nearly become an invisible part of the whole show. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, in fact, we actually had a guy last year. It was really amazing. He showed up there at 7 a.m. He was probably 65 years old by himself. And next thing you know, he's on a spin bike with a bunch of people half his age, you know, and this guy, you know, he became friends or had an experience with these people, and they were all high-fiving and they were all smiling and laughing. And then you got these, you know, people that come alone and they leave with a whole new group of friends. And I think that's the coolest thing. And that's why I love, you know, oh, follow me and you follow me, and everyone keeps in touch and supports each other. That is the coolest thing to me. And to see people gain a tribe. It's just giving them something to be a part of is what everybody wants.
Obviously, every year you come to put on this show and you've got to fill it. You've got to make sure that you've got people, you know, you sell it out. From a purely business perspective, how do you approach doing that? Making sure that it's not a half full, or how do you make sure you nail it?
you give it everything you have. And that's my advice to anybody that's trying to create something, is if you know that you did it at 90% or 80% or 50%, it's not going to cut it. Like if you can sit there the day of whatever it is that you're doing and you know that you gave it 100%, I'm not talking about finances. You can have all the money in the world, but if you don't put your whole entire heart into it, I don't think that it's going to be as successful. Little things will fall between the cracks. You have to be so attentive to detail and learn from those mistakes and the things that you didn't do the best the year before. And knowing that you gave it 100% is what you're going to get out of it. From a business standpoint, yeah, of course, you want to sell tickets. You have to work on that on a daily basis to get your word out there so people know and people get excited about ticket sales. Like, okay, tickets are going to go on sale June 1st. Build that up. Constantly keep building it up and getting people excited with your videos. Like we've got a couple in the can that we're going to start to share within the next couple of weeks that our videographer made that are gorgeous videos. And then people are going to be like, wow, I want to be a part of that. So you can't start to become bigger without raising the bar. It's about raising the bar and raising the standards every single day. How can I make this better? And that goes for anybody that owns any business, I think, really.
Yeah. And tell us about some of those mistakes that you just mentioned. What stands out as things you learned the hard way?
Holy, you know it. There's a few things that come to my mind. The micromanaging is like super, super important. I think you just paying attention to little details. Like last year we had, some of the speakers were going in and out and the functioning headsets with the instructors and things like that. And, I can't be in 30 places at once. So I have to micromanage my team to make sure that all of these little details are fluid and flawless. It's like any business that you own. You got to keep a standard and maintain it and keep getting better. Otherwise, that's why you see a lot of businesses go under, because they don't pay attention to these small details. And when you want to become a bigger and more important and amazing brand, you've got to raise your standards. So now for me, I have to have a person standing there watching to make sure that headset does not go out, because it was really annoying. And I actually got new headsets this year to rectify that issue. And little things, just people that were on the boardwalk essentially didn't really know that they were allowed to come down there. So how do we get that message out there? How do we let the whole entire city know that you don't need a ticket to come and shop in the vendor booths? Little things, like I said, these, a tablecloth flying in the wind that we would look at a picture and be like, oh my goodness, we wouldn't want to ever see that again. Oh my God, stuff like that.
And the people you hire, it obviously requires a lot of trust in them. You've got no time to really try them out. You've got to throw them in the deep end if it's their first year. How do you make sure you can trust those people, and how do you train them for the event?
So we have a bunch of meetings prior to the festival with our volunteers. I really feel like the only people that are going to show up to these things to actually volunteer are going to be really excited about it. I don't foresee anybody, and I haven't had anybody come to me that's been, negative or any kind of bad energy. I think that you feel that, and no matter who you hire and who you work with, it's like a snap of a finger energetic response. You know where you can put somebody and you know where you can't put them, just based on the energy that you feel with them. And that goes for any job, really. So for us, we'll know just based on the person's energy where we can allot them to be a part of our team. And then in exchange, when you're a part of the team, you get to experience the day too. And it's not just because it's our event. I mean, it really is fun. It's a really, really, really great day. And I'm just excited to see where we're going with it, because I know that this is something that we have really big plans for, to just continue to grow and take it on the road, so to speak.
And tell me about that. What is next? Where are you going? Where does the road take you?
It's really endless, and meaning that too, because we've got this entire beach. It's like, miles long. So we can get as big as we ever want to be. We want to eventually take country and do it in different parts of the country to really let everyone experience it that can't essentially get here, and just keep growing. We just want to keep growing this tribe and the movement that we're creating. I think fitness now is a win-win no matter what. I mean, you're seeing these gyms pop up everywhere, and it's like there's something for everybody out there, and that's what I want to get across with these events. I can't even tell you as a trainer how many times a day I hear. I'm also a hairstylist, so I work in the salon a couple of days a week as well, and I get to be one-on-one with people all the time. And like, oh no, I don't work out, or I'm not an athlete, or I've never done that before. And like, the point of this event is so everyone can give something a try, because it's just so good for you. And if we can get that across to everyone, then at the end of the day, my job is done. Our job is done.
Yeah, those barriers are definitely going down. So your day job is you're a hairstylist, but you're also a fitness trainer. So tell me a little bit about group fitness, what you're seeing change, and some of the tactics you're using to keep people motivated and create classes that are compelling for your members.
Yeah, so I'm very, very passionate about leading my classes with intention and motivation as far as the verbiage that I use, but it's not planned. I don't Google it. I don't think about, okay, let me type in, what am I going to say to my class today? I just feel it. The minute I walk in the door, my main job and my goal is to get everyone to shut the rest of the world off. I want them to focus this 1 hour on themselves and just be present and stay in their minds positive, because I think once they start to get tired, or, when you're leading a class, you can see it's very easy for people to start to get to that place in their mind where like, I can't, I'm tired, I can't. My job as a leader is to put it in their minds that you can keep going, just keep on. The mindset has to be kept positive. That is what my whole intention of the class is. And I've always been that way when I'm teaching. And I love group fitness for that reason, because I think group fitness is great for so many people that, don't really know how to train, or they don't really know they're going to walk into a gym. I know for myself, I'll sell myself short. If I'm on the treadmill, I'm like, I'm good. Up some weights, and I know how to train myself, but still, I love the group fitness, really passionate about it, because it's just the energy, you're accountable, you're in there, and you know what? It's like no matter what you're going through, you go in, someone's going to lead you, do this, and this. You get your workout in, and you leave, and you love it, and that's why I love group fitness. I teach boxing. I'm part of Lifetime Athletic, which is a huge monster of an amazing company. I'm so blessed to work there. And the heavy bag training is just a great outlet for people to get their cardio in, and their strength and their fitness. It's just so awesome. I love it.
And tell me, group fitness, it's getting more and more competitive. There's lots of studios. What do you think the best ones are doing, the ones that are going to be, most successful, and the ones that are going to, say, beat their competition? What are they doing right or well?
You have to treat every single person like a celebrity. Every single person that walks through your door is a VIP. Every person is important, and it's true, because oftentimes a Planet Fitness or those gyms, the more of the larger facilities, I think that people don't feel important enough, and that's when they fall off and they don't become a part of a community, and they don't feel passionate about it. They walk in, they're on the treadmill, they're motivated for X amount of time, and then they fall off. And that's where these boutique gyms are winning, because they're FaceTime with each person. They're greeted at the door. They know their names. You got to know, like how to look someone in the eye and check on them throughout the class. It's the interaction, making them feel like they're a part of this tribe in this community. My partner, my girlfriend, she owns a CrossFit gym here in town. And that experience is really beautiful, because it is a real family, and everybody is important, and everyone's special, and they all cheer each other on. And that's why they're successful, is because people are a part of something. They're not just a scanned number. Like I said, I always go back to that, because these small boutique gyms are killing it and they're doing great things, is because it's a higher standard and it's amazing every single time. And the talent that you have behind who's leading your classes, like if you're listening to this and you're a fitness owner, right, and you're like, the numbers in that class aren't so great or whatever, think about, is your instructor half-assing their class? Are they giving 100% every time? Are they amazing? Because if they're not, there's going to be someone around the corner that will step up and make it amazing. And at the end of the day, it's your business. You want to have the best people under your belt and the best people working with you. And that's what's going to separate you. And that's what's going to keep you on top. Because there's a lot of competition out there. There is a lot happening in fitness. They're opening up left and right. Doors are opening and people are dying for it. They love it. Everyone's trying it now. And I think that's so cool.
Yeah, it's good, but it raises the bar. You have, like you say, you have to have those trainers providing the energy, performing at a high level, or you're gonna be in trouble. Okay, well, look, this has been a really interesting conversation. Just before we go, just tell us what's next for you and tell us how people can get in touch with you and the event.
So what's next for me is my whole life right now is the festival and growing that and doing really, really great things. And we're going to start to incorporate some of our pop-up shops in Manhattan. My partner and I are looking to create our own facility here in our city in Long Beach. So that's something that's on the radar for me. I'm going to keep, doing my thing with my business at work and keep doing hair because I love that interaction. I would not be okay if I didn't get to be a part of my client's life anymore. And I love that beauty from the inside out, making people see themselves from the inside out beautiful. I'm on Instagram, Colette Lee 17. Our New York Fit Fest Instagram is NY Fit Festival. We have our website is newyorkfitfest.com. We're also on Facebook. And we just hope to keep growing our tribe and our community. We want to keep shaping and changing lives. So join us, join the movement, join the fun, come down, network, meet some amazing people. Hope to see you guys there.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk to my boss, Connor, and see if I can get myself a ticket to Long Beach on the 21st of September, 2019. So fingers crossed. Okay, well, listen, thank you very much, Colette Lee, for joining us on the show.
Yes, and we do have some packages with our partner hotel. So the Alegria Hotel in Long Beach, we've got some great packages for people that want to stay. So please shoot us an email if you're interested.
You're always looking after your sponsors.
Yes, always giving the mention and the credit. So anyone that's taking your photos and anybody that's sponsored you, anytime that you can plug them in, I learned that from my partner, is just constantly keeping their name afloat and keeping their name and their brand on the forefront, consistently mentioning them too is something that's really awesome.
Yeah, it's good to see that in action. So yeah, cool. All right, listen, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, all the best.
Talk soon.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.